Hello everyone, this is Mikhail. I'm doing our walkthrough for Lab 4, Map Types and Data Classification. In this lab, we worked with the French-speaking population in Louisiana. We built a map series, a map book. We've used the layout tool to create different layouts depending on our map symbols. We created a heat map, utilized fundamentals of field calculations. We used proportional symbols, as well as dot density. If you have any questions about either of those topics, any of those topics, please check the links in the lab instructions. Those are very helpful. But with that said, I'm going to get started with the workflow for this lab. I've already gone ahead and finished one. I've added my data to this map. And two, I'm going to change my base map to light gray canvas. And then three, I'm going to create a join in between 2015 and our census tract LA. So then joins and relates. We can add join. Our input field will be GEOID. We're going to make sure that our join table is 2015. And we're going to index all join fields. Let's export this layer as a new feature. And then let's delete the old one. So then you're going to be creating three different maps based off of this feature. Let me show you how. We're going to right click on this layer, go down to symbology, and we're going to change our primary symbology to graduated colors. The field is going to change to French. And if you look two boxes down, we have method. Method speaks to how ARC divvies up the numerical observations in your data. So we're going to select natural breaks first, and the other two maps you're going to create are just going to be two different method maps. These are my range of values. And now we're going to create a layout map, adding our map frame and other map elements. So we go to insert banner, new layout, letter 8.5 by 11, insert banner one more time, our map frame. We'll work with the map that we've been working for. And let's zoom to layer for this census tract LA export features. Now let's go to our north arrow, scale bar, there we go. Our legend. Let's clean up our legend before we move on. So let's change this to Louisiana census tracts. Louisiana exported features. Let's add our title. The title is going to be the method that you used. So then this is going to be natural breaks, Jinx, natural breaks. Jinx. If you're using rectangle text, you can Control A while the box is activated and go to the text banner and change your font size here. And this is what you're going to export. So this will be part one of deliverable one, and you'll submit two more of these maps as part of deliverable one. So then moving on to 5, working through a map series. So then first, let's check out the attribute table for our Louisiana census tracts. We have county repeating multiple times. So that's how we know what column we're going to use to dissolve this feature around. So let's use the dissolve tool, data management, and we're going to put in our Louisiana census tract exported features. We're going to dissolve this into county features, and our statistic fields will be county, no, French. And the statistic type is going to be sum. Let's run it. And then let's change the symbology for this layer so there's no fill. We can either change it here with a black outline, or you can go back into properties and change the color interior. I like the black outline because it clearly defines the edges of our counties, but that is up to you to choose. So then that's dissolved. We've already changed our symbology. Now we're going to create a new layout, and we're going to title it Map Book. We're also going to copy over the features that we have over here over to our new layout. So then I'm going to copy everything below our title right there. Now you can either right click and copy or Control C, and then if we paste it, all right. So then I copied it, and then I pasted it over, and it should give us a pretty perfect copy. So then next, we're going to enable our map series. So then we can do that by going to the insert banner, map series right here, and let's look spatial underneath it. We want our name and sort field to both be county. And now whenever we select a county from our contents pane, that'll be what appears on our map. Next, we're going to create a page query. To do that, we have to go back to our map tab, contents, and we're going to create a map query, page query for our census tract exported feature layer. So then let's go down to properties. Let's go over to definition query, private page query, sorry. And we're gonna change the map page filter to county. That's okay. And now, depending on what county is selected in our map book, that is the county that'll show up for these. Finally, after that, we're going to insert a dynamic title that changes depending on the county that is selected for the map. There is a little code slice in our lab document, so I recommend you copy that. And let's go to the insert banner, dynamic text. Let's look for map series, page name. Let's put it up top. And then let's click into our box. And let's paste in that title that we got from Canvas. Now, whenever we change the study area, the title will update as well. There we go. So I recommend clicking through, seeing how it changes, and then you're going to export this. So let's go to Share, Export Layout, Map Series. We're going to make sure that all 64 pages are selected, and then once you're sure that it's all selected, we'll make sure the file type is TIFF, and we'll export this. This may take a while. You are exporting 64 different maps, but hey, you made 64 different maps in like a 15, 20-minute workflow. That's pretty cool. But we're going to move on to 6. So then back to our map tab, let's go to our contents, and let's undo our page query for our census tracts exported feature. So then we'll change county to none, so we have them all back. And now we're going to select the feature to point data management tools. Our input features will be our exported features, and then let's run it. And now we have clusters of points all on our map. So to change our symbology to a heat map for our point layer, let's right click on that layer, go to symbology, and then let's change the symbol to heat map. You're going to deselect the other Louisiana census tracts exported feature layer, so you just have the county outlines and the heat map. And you're going to insert a new layout and do all the good stuff for the maps. Moving forward. Deselect you, reselect you, and deselect you for right now. We're told to create a new long field in our Louisiana census tract exported features. So we can do that by opening the attribute table and clicking on add. This is going to be our French change 10 through 15. Alias can be FC 10, 15 if you want. The data type is going to be long, and then we're going to click on save up here so that this is a permanent feature of our new layer. We can click out of the fields box, and now we're going to join the 2010 layer to this layer. So let's go to our contents, and we have our ACS 2010 right here. So then let's join those two layers together. So then we'll join some relates, we'll add a join. Our input field will be our GEO ID. We'll index both of our fields, and this is 2010, so we'll do both. And we don't have to export this just yet. We're going to first calculate the numerical change from the 2015 number of French speakers from the 2010 value. So for us to do that, we're going to subtract 2010 from 2015. So then let me auto hide that, and let me move this French column over so I can keep them together. So French 2010 is first, French 2015 is second. Here we go. French change 10 to 15. All right, so then for us to get the French change, we're going to right click on the top part of this column. We're going to calculate the field, and we're going to take 15, well, French 15 is second, and then subtract French 10 to get the French change value. So a negative number means there was a lessening in the population between the 2 years, and a positive number means that there was an increase in the French population in 2015. So then we've got that done, and now we're going to add a double field titled French change percentage. So then I recommend copying the French change percentage from Canvas and clicking on add. You can paste that down in here. FCP, the data type will be double, and we're going to save so that we can have this be a permanent fixture. We'll X out of our edit column. And now we're given a couple definition queries to work through. So looking at the first one, that first definition query, is if a county has 0 French speakers in 2010 and any number greater than 0 in 2015, calculate this as a 100% increase. So let's set up our definition queries. So we go to our contents, we're going to right click on our Louisiana census tracts, go to the properties, definition query, we'll make a new one, and it's going to be where our French 2010 is equals to 0, and our French 15 is greater than 0. We'll apply it and OK it, and we're left with 152 selected records. So now all we're going to do is right click on the FCP column, calculate field, and we're just going to input the number 100. That'll change the values for these polygons to 100. And let's redo our definition query one more time. And our second one is if a county has 0 French speakers in 2010 and 0 French speakers in 2015, we're told to calculate this as a 0% increase. So our second French is equals to 0. That changes our polygon significantly again. Now we have this big southern portion over here. And we're going to change these to 0. Let's hit OK. And then I'm just going to hit the save button because I'm paranoid like that. And now let's delete that definition query. So we'll delete it and apply and OK. So let's do a quick check. Let's select attributes. We'll do where our FCP is equal to 0. All right, we have 125, and the FCP is equal to 100. And we have 152 records. Perfect. So we know that that works successfully. And now let's do this calculation. So we'll take the change divided by the original times 100. So then let's right click on the FCP. We'll calculate our fields. So we have our change first, the FC 1015 divided by the original, that first French, and then multiplying that by 100. Okay, we do have some division by zeros because we set those up. And cool, we have our FCP percentage set. So let's move you over here. And you're going to have some very large positive percentages. That's okay. There we go. Like 32,000, or sorry, 3,200. That's because we have such small values and a large increase. So it's totally okay if you have these massive numbers. But moving forward, we're told to utilize the manual interval method and then utilize a bicolor progression symbology to visualize the percent change as a large decline, no change, small increase, and large increase. So let's check out the symbology for our Louisiana census tracts exported feature. And let's change our field to FCP. So looking at this now, we have it split out between these values. Natural breaks takes into account the non-uniform distributions of our data set. Quantile tries to do it equally. So I think I'm going to try to work through quantile and name these like so, except this will be a 0. So we make 0. So now that we have this 0, we have our we have our NA, our small negative change, large negative change, small positive change, and large positive change. So then to edit these labels, you can just double click the label box and type in whatever you want. So NA, this will be my small positive increase. 3,200 will be my large positive increase. This can be my small negative increase. And this one can be my large negative. So those are labeled as such. And now we're asked to use a bicolor. So basically just 2 colors. So we can either go through the color scheme and find something that has 2 colors, like, oh no, oh no. That's because I have that selected. There we go. Blues. So dark blue would be large negative decrease, positive would be the lighter blue. Yeah, so I mean, this blue works. So really, we're just looking for any color scheme that mainly includes two colors and working through there. So like this blue to yellow, or this really light red to the darker red. But we wouldn't want things like elevation or any of these. But okay, so I've got my bicolor, I've got my labels, and this is something you'll export as well. So create a new layout. Um, you can copy over some of your layout stuff if you want to, but if not, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Drag our map over. We'll go to our north bar, north arrow. Our north arrow. We'll add our scale bar. We'll scale bar. 184. 200. Nice. I'll add my legend and put you below right there. Nice. We'll add a title for this. I'm gonna leave what that title is up to all of you. And let's move on to number 8. So then for number 8, it asks us to utilize our dissolved parish features. So we can check the attribute table for our parish features that we dissolved right here. And we can see that we've got the sum French 15 value column still here. So we're going to create proportional symbols for this layer based on the sum French 15 column. To do that, we can right click on our Louisiana dissolve, go down to symbology, and we can change our primary symbology to proportional symbols. I would recommend setting a maximum size for this layer because some of them tend to be pretty big. So I think I found 15 to be a good balance. 15, maybe 20. Yeah, I like 20. So then that's our proportional symbology. And we're told to create an SQL query and label only the 3 largest French-speaking populations by parish with a total population of French-speaking residents. So then to find the 3 largest areas by French-speaking, we can do this a few different ways. We can create a definition query or a SQL query and determine, if we want our sum French to be greater than XYZ. But the easier way is for us to sort our sum French values by descending and pick up Lafayette, Lafayette, and Vermilion as our 3 French-speaking places that we want to have the title with. With our 3 counties, let's make our SQL query. So we'll make a new one. It'll be where our county includes the values Lafayette, Lafourche, and Vermilion. Click apply, and then label. All right, we have our 3 counties right here. And now, just for appearance sake, I'm going to add a space. Oops, I'm going to add a space in between the Lafayette and the French-speaking population. So to do that, I'm going to go back to my label class, and then I'm going to select label expression. So I have my county plus feature right here, and instead of having it like that, we're instead going to do it a little bit differently. So let's double click on county, and then we'll do our plus sign. We'll have quotation marks in between our county and our sum French, and we'll have a plus, and then we'll double click our sum French 15. Let's check and make sure our expression is valid. It's good. Let's apply it, and cool. Now our title is different from the number of French speakers per county. So then that is 8, and then 9. We'll use a dot density map to create a new map. To find the dot density, we can go to our contents. We can right click on our dissolve symbology, and then we can change it to dot density. This is in similar style to our other maps. It just is a different way of visualizing the same data. So you're going to create a map of this with a new layout. And yeah, that'll be deliverable 6. So in summary, for this lab, you have the 3 choropleth maps of the French-speaking population by tract, showing different classifications explored in step 4. The map book containing a detailed breakdown of each parish. You can zip these. A heat map showing the number of French speakers throughout Louisiana. The advanced Coropath map showing the percentage change over time of French speakers by tract. A proportional symbol map showing the population count of French speakers by parish. And a dot density map showing the population count of French speakers by parish. Yeah, that is lab 4. I hope this helps, and I'll see all of you guys this week.